Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we discuss all things financial literacy. In today's video, we're talking about something I know a lot of people care about, especially if you're trying to build credit, rebuild credit, or avoid wasting hard inquiries. We're going to cover 5 credit unions that show your potential credit limit before you officially apply. Now, before we get into this list, I want to make a few important disclosures. First, all of these credit unions may be able to pre-qualify you for a potential starting limit using a soft pull. However, in most cases, a full hard inquiry is still required during final approval in order to officially confirm the account and the limit. Secondly, in some cases, you may need to unfreeze your credit report in order to see your soft pull pre-qualified limit. Third, you may also be asked to provide income documentation during final approval. So even if you're pre-qualified for a high amount, the final term can still change based on a full review of your credit profile and financial information. From the data points that I collected, the people who seem to have the best results are the ones who take the time to build a relationship first. They become members, they open a checking and savings account, and they set up direct deposit, and they also keep money in the credit union. Which does make a lot of sense because when a credit union can clearly see that money is coming into the account on a regular basis, then they usually have less need to question or verify your income. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get right into the video. The first credit union that we're going to start with is NASA Federal Credit Union. Now, they offer pre-qualified credit card offers that allow you to see your potential credit limit within minutes without an initial hard pull. These pre-qualified offers can indicate high starting limits before you submit a formal application. Now, I used the pre-approval tool and I was pre-qualified for the Visa Platinum Advantage Rewards credit card with a $20,000 initial credit limit. From my research, it seems like this wasn't uncommon for NASA Credit Union. You can become a member in a few different ways. First, if you're an employee or retiree of NASA headquarters or any NASA center or facility or the National Academy of Sciences. Second, if you're an employee or member of the 900 NASA Federal Credit Union partner companies or associations. Third, if you're a relative or household member of a current NASA Federal Credit Union member. And fourth, if none of those options apply to you, NASA will provide a complimentary 1-year affiliated membership to the National Space Society, which would entitle you to full NASA Federal membership benefits. NASA will do a hard pull on your Experian credit report if you decide to accept the offer. Currently, we are on NASA Federal Credit Union's website, and you can check out all their credit card options here. They have the Earn Rewards card. With this one, it's $1 to $1 rewards. You earn 1 point for every dollar that you spend on purchases. Then you can redeem your points for travel, merchandise, gift cards, cash, or more, and your points will never expire. There's no annual fee on this card. They have rates as low as 12.90% APR, and it can be as low as 8.9% APR for the life of all balance transfers. There's also the Get Cash Back card. You earn unlimited 1.5% cash back. There's also the same flexible redemption options for cashback benefits, deposits. You can pay down balances or redeem for gift cards. Again, no annual fee, and rates on this card can be as low as 16.74% APR, and again, 8.9% for balance transfers. There's also the low fixed rate card. Now that one has 12.4% APR, and it can go as low as 8.9% APR for balance transfers and no annual fee. Also is available is the Share Secured Visa credit card. So if you're looking for an option where, like, let's say you're still working on your credit, but you want to get into this credit union, you can actually open this account for as little as $500. There's also some SpaceX credit cards. I believe this is just for the design that you can choose from. I think it's the exact same thing as the previous cards. Then there's also the NSS credit card. Now that is the National Space Society credit card, and it's designed for people who are space enthusiasts. You earn points on everyday purchases in select stores and online merchants, and you can view a sample of the rewards. But depending on the time that you're watching this video, that can obviously change. So I recommend going to the website and looking it up for yourself. Now, to get pre-qualified, you will need to enter your phone number, and then you can click on next. Once that's done, you'll enter your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your email address. You'll then enter your rent or mortgage amount if you have one, your gross annual income, and then of course your citizenship status. Next up, we have Wings Federal Credit Union, and this is another credit union that deserves some serious attention, especially if you're someone who wants to know where you stand before taking a full risk on an application or even membership. Wings also has pre-qualified credit card offers that allow you to see your potential credit limit without an initial credit pull. However, to join this credit union, they will pull your Vantage Score 4.0 Experian credit report. Now, the good news is that once you're approved for membership, they will immediately give you pre-approved offers for auto loans, auto refinancing, and credit cards. Now, I want to clarify one thing. You still can get pre-approved because I was pre-approved for up to $10,000. It did not require me to unfreeze my Experian credit report for this process. I did not have to become a member in order to do that. However, if you do become a member, which you should probably do if you want to get this credit card with a higher limit, it will be an Experian hard pull. To join Wings Federal Credit Union, you can apply online, at a branch, or via their mobile app. Membership requires a $5 minimum opening deposit into a shared savings account. Eligibility includes working in the aviation industry, living in select areas, or donating $5 to the Wings Financial Foundation. So currently we're on wingscu.com. If we scroll down, we can take a look at their credit card options that they have here. There's the Wings Membership Rewards Visa Signature Card. With this one, they have rates at the time of recording as low as 17.70% to 18% variable APR. You can get points towards gift cards, merchandise, and travel. And it tells you on this one, the minimum credit limit is $5,000. Now, if we go to the next card, the Member Cash Rewards Visa Signature Card, with this one, you get cashback rewards, and it can be from 17.70% to 18% variable APR. This one has cashback rewards, and again, $5,000 is the minimum limit on this card. Then we have the actual Wings Visa Platinum card. This is a low interest rate card with 11.65% to 18% variable APR. This will have the lowest APR that you can get on all three of these cards, but the minimum limit for this one is $500. Now, to get pre-qualified, you can click on Apply Now, and then you go to Let's Get Started. And then same thing, you'll be asked to enter your phone number. Now, the one other thing that I wanted to mention, even though it wasn't shown, when I actually went to go pre-qualify for the credit cards, it does give you the option to use the Wings Visa Platinum Secure Credit Card. So that will be determined by your deposit, and you can start as low as $500. So if for some reason you didn't pre-qualify for anything else, you can also take a look at the Wings Platinum Secure Credit Card. The third credit union that we need to cover is Dover Federal Credit Union. Now, this is another one that'll catch people by surprise because it's not always the first name that comes to mind when you think about credit unions, but it definitely deserves some attention. Dover will also give you the option to pre-qualify and see what your credit limit is before you actually accept an offer. When I used the pre-approval page, I received a $20,000 pre-approval, and Dover, just like our previous two credit unions, is well known for pulling Experian as well, but you're able to perform that soft pull pre-qualification, of course, prior to even applying for membership. Dover is a local credit union, but anyone can join through Dover's affiliated nonprofit organization, Friends of Bombay Hook. Currently, we are on DoverFCU.com. Now, Dover has two credit cards. The cashback credit card, which has 2% cash back on everyday purchases. And then there's the Advantage credit card. This one has a variable low APR that can be as low as 9.99%. Now, to see your pre-qualified offer with Dover Federal Credit Union, you'll need to enter your first name, your last name, your mobile number, your email address, your physical address, your social, your date of birth, your mortgage or rent payment, and then your gross annual income. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, it shows you no credit impact for checking your rates. You can then view your offer and you can see your pre-qualified credit limit on this particular credit union. Fourth on our list is going to be Liberty Federal Credit Union. Now, Liberty Federal Credit Union is a national credit union, so you don't have to worry about any geographic restrictions to become a member. When I went through their pre-approval process, I was shown a $10,000 offer, which does make this one especially interesting for anyone who's looking to see their potential limit before officially applying. Now, for the pre-approval, Liberty Federal Credit Union did a soft pull on TransUnion. Now, in some cases, at least for me, I had to temporarily unfreeze my TransUnion report in order for me to actually access this offer. And just like Wings Federal Credit Union, they can also pre-qualify you for personal loans, auto loans, refinancing your auto loan, and things like that. You can also join Liberty Federal Credit Union online or via their mobile app, as membership is open to everyone by simply opening a savings account. The only thing that you really need is a valid driver's license, a physical mailing address, and the funds to open the account. Also, if you have placed a freeze or a fraud alert on your credit report, you will need to lift that before proceeding with your membership application. Now, currently we're on libertyfcu.org and they're offering the Platinum credit card. Now with this one, they have rates as low as 11.75 APR, and we can also, again, apply online and we can see what we qualify for. Now, same thing as before, you click on Let's Get Started, you enter your cell phone number. Now, once you enter all the required information, you'll be brought to a page where you can see all the available loans and offers. So you have debt consolidation, auto loans, personal loans, refinancing auto loans, and then of course you have credit cards. Now you may get two pre-qualified offers. The Platinum Prime credit card, which is the lowest available rate. It has low introductory APR. It could even be 0% on transfers, but once again, that's at the time of recording this video. There's also an introductory rate of 1.99%, and then it's up to $10,000 for the pre-qualified limit. And then if we scroll down here, that's the Platinum Rewards credit card once again, 3x points on rotating categories, 2x points on gas and groceries, and 3x points on other rotating categories. Now, our fifth and final credit union is going to be Navy Federal Credit Union. Now, I know what some people are thinking right now, Steven, Navy Federal doesn't show a pre-qualified limit, and you're right. Navy Federal does not show you an exact pre-qualified credit limit the way that some other credit unions do, like the ones we mentioned on this list. However, I still want to include it because when it comes to this particular card, the Flagship Rewards Visa Signature Card, the minimum starting limit is $5,000. That alone makes it one of the most attractive options for anyone that's looking to get a higher limit credit card with a credit union. On top of that, the Flagship is well known for its ability to grow over time with the right relationship, strong account management, and responsible usage. Now, this is one of those cards that can eventually reach a very high limit, with many people aiming for as high as $80,000. So while Navy Federal may not show you an exact pre-qualified amount up front, it still does have a pre-qualification page on the website, and at least in my personal experience, it has been very reliable. Just like the other credit unions we talked about in this video, a pre-qualification is not an automatic approval, but if you do pre-qualify, that's usually a very strong sign that you're in a good position to qualify. And with the Flagship card, you at least know that you'll be approved for that starting limit of no less than $5,000. Now, in order to join Navy Federal Credit Union, you do need some form of military affiliation. We've talked about this multiple times on this channel. I've included that in several videos. Now, if you want to see my video of how to actually get this card, even if you have bad credit, I do have a video on that. In that video, I'll also cover the different ways that you can join this credit union. Navy Federal is also widely known for pulling TransUnion for approvals, which is another reason that you may want to consider this one, especially if you're trying to spread out credit bureau pools. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you are pre-qualified for any of the credit cards mentioned in this video, please drop that in the comments below. I would love to know what you qualified for, and let me know if when you accepted that pre-qualification, did you get the exact same limit? Did they request any documentation? And if so, how long were you a member of this credit union? And if they didn't request anything, did you set up direct deposit? Did you build a relationship? All those data points would be very important. So if you do have any information to share, I would truly appreciate it, and so would everyone else in the community. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and you guys have a wonderful day.